Hello Internet. So today I'm cracking open this Legendary Duelists Rage of Raw booster box, complete with a chance of pulling a Ghost Rare God card. Ooh! Now, as of recording this video, the set just came out on September 25th. I'm not sure if it was 24th or 25th. Some places said that they were getting it in on Thursday. Some places were saying they were getting in on Friday. And as far as I know, it came out on the 25th, at least according to everything I saw online. And a little bit of a shame because if I do pull the Ghost Rare card, I mean, we're almost to Halloween, but not close enough where I could actually make this a Halloween video. But anyway, so we'll just do a quick jump cut while I get box opened up and everything pulled out. And we're back. So we'll just get right into it. Got 36 packs, 5 cards per pack, so hopefully this will go fairly quickly. There's only, I believe, 30 commons, so should start running into the doubles pretty quickly. And first one up, we have Mechlord Astro Mechanical. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by sending 3 Mechlord monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can target 1 synchro monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can send one of these equipped monsters you control to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. That seems like a pretty good effect. I mean, steal your opponent's monster, you can just throw it back in their face if they have something that you somehow cannot beat over. Jinzo Returner. Cannot attack directly. While this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Jinzo in your graveyard, special summon it, but destroy it during your end phase. I mean, decent enough. Mechlord Fortress. Neither player can target Mechlord Emperor monsters you control with synchro monster effects. While this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Mechlord Emperor monster from your deck to your hand. And good old Jinzo. Trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all trap effects on the field. I mean, it's the original anti-trap card. What more can be said? And Reactor Slime. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Special summon 2 slime tokens. Also, you cannot normal or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Divine Beast monsters. During the battle phase, you can tribute this card. Set 1 Metal Reflect Slime from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It can be activated this turn. That's a very nice effect. Gives you tokens for bringing out the God cards. Can bring out Metal Reflex Slime for free. Well, I mean, you have to tribute him, but still. Overall, seems like quite a good card. We have Reboot. Shuffle 1 Mechlord monster from your hand to the deck, then target 1 Mechlord card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. I mean, I guess it's good if you have a Mechlord that you want to... I don't know how many of them you can tutor out from your deck, but I mean, if you do have one that you want to be able to tutor out and you end up drawing them instead, this is a good way of getting it back in. Brain Control. Pay 800 life points, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls that can be normal summoned or set. Take control of that target until the end phase. Then you can punch them in the face with it, tribute it away, sacrifice it for a card effect. I mean, it's basically Change of Heart, but less powerful and still ridiculously good. Mechlord Army of Weisel. Gains 100 attack for each Mechlord monster on the field except this card. Once per turn, when another Mechlord monster you control declares an attack on a defense position monster, you can activate this effect. During that battle, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. A little sad that it's 100 attack for each Mechlord other than himself, but... I mean, then they would just make it 1700 attack. White Aura Bahamut. Is that supposed to be Bahamut? 1 tuner synchro monster and 1 non-tuner. And during your turn, when this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 Divine Dragon token in defense position. Once per opponent's turn, while you control no tokens, you can special summon 1 Divine Dragon token. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, while you control a Divine Dragon token, you can special summon this card in defense position. So that's quite a good ability. Basically, he can just keep creating tokens, and the tokens can keep him around. A wild monster appears. If only your opponent controls a monster, special summon from your hand one monster with an original level of 10 or lower that cannot be normal summoned or set, ignoring its summoning conditions. It is unaffected by the effects of your cards except for its own effects and this card's. Also shuffle it into the deck during your opponent's next end phase. For the rest of this turn, you cannot normal summon or set or special summon monsters, and your opponent takes no damage. That's a very interesting one. I'm not sure how useful it would be. Because, I mean, you would still get the card effect off, though. So we have Mechlord Emperor Scale. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. When a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped by this effect. You can send one monster you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard. This card can attack your opponent directly this turn. So it's very similar to the first Mechlord that I pulled, the mechanical, in that he can use your opponent's monsters for his effects. A little bit of a shame that your other monsters can't attack, though. Ra's Disciple. While this card is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 Ra's Disciples from your hand and or deck. Cannot be tributed except for tribute summoning of Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, or the Winged Dragon of Ra. You cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Ra's Disciple. I mean, it's literally just in here for, like, you literally just use them for bringing out the God cards quicker. Holding Legs. If this card is summoned, return all set spells or traps on the field to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one set spell or trap your opponent controls. It cannot be activated until the end of the next turn. I mean, not good stats, but I guess if you're worried about your opponent's spells or traps, this is a good way of getting rid of them. We have another reboot. And Mechlord Deflection. Target one Mechlord monster you control. Your opponent takes no battle damage from attacks involving that face-up monster until the end of this turn. Also, its attack becomes permanently the combined original attack of all Mechlord monsters you currently control. If a Mechlord monster you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only activate one Mechlord Deflection per turn. That seems quite a good ability. Like, just the fact that it just permanently makes its attack the combined value of all your Mechlords. So we have another Jinzo. Mechlord Emperor Granul. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. When a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, gains attack and defense equal to half your life points, and attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. You can target one of those equipped monsters, special summon that target in your field in defense position. That's interesting. Token Sunday. Destroy all tokens you control, then destroy cards on the field up to the number of tokens destroyed by this effect. Jinzo Ejector. This card's name becomes Jinzo while on the field or in the graveyard. You can tribute this card, add one Jinzo monster from your deck to your hand, except Jinzo Ejector. Then reveal all set cards in your opponent's spell and trap zone, and if there are any traps among them, you can special summon Jinzo monsters from your hand up to the number of traps revealed. That seems like a pretty decent effect. Cyber Energy Shock. If you control Jinzo, target one card on the field, destroy it, then if it was a trap, you can apply one of these effects. Negate the effects of one face-up card on the field until the end of turn. All Jinzo you control gain 800 attack. So, I mean, you get a targeted... you can just target any card on the field to destroy it. And if it's a trap, then you get extra effects on top of it. That's... seems like quite good support for Jinzo. No, I only want one pack. We have Mind Control. Target one monster your opponent controls until the end phase. Take control of that target, but it cannot declare an attack or be tributed. I mean, it's like the other one that costs 800 life points, but even worse. Like, I'm sure that you can still get good use out of it. I'm just not... I mean, Brain Control. That's the one I was referring to. Like, Brain Control, you can tribute it, you can attack with it. I mean, you still only get it until the end of the turn anyways. Left Arm Offering. If you have 2 or more other cards in your hand, banish your entire hand, add 1 spell from your deck to your hand. You cannot spells or traps during the turn you activate this card. Not quite sure how often you would actually use this. I mean, you're trading 3 cards for 1, and they're being removed from the game. Mechlord Assembly. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Mechlord monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Mechlord Assembly per turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Mechlord Assembly once per turn. You can discard 1 card face up. You can discard 1 card and target 1 monster you control, destroy it. So good for bringing out the Lords. If a face-up Mechlord monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 other face-up spell or trap on the field, destroy it. And Everlasting Alloy. If you control Jinzo, activate 1 of these effects. All machine monsters you currently control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect until the end of this turn. When a card or effect is activated that targets a machine monster you control, negate that effect. I mean, those are both good effects for... I mean, the only cost is have a Jinzo on the field. There we go. We have Psychic Shockwave. When your opponent activates a trap card, discard 1 spell or trap. Special summon 1 level 6 Dark Machine monster from your deck. I mean, it's a trap card that brings out Jinzo. Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by controlling 3 or more Mechlord monsters. When this card is special summoned, you can target any number of Mechlord monsters you control except this card. Send those targets to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's attack becomes the combined original attack of the monster sent to the graveyard by this effect. Each time a Synchro monster is special summoned, inflict 1000 damage to the summoning player. I'm noticing a trend with Mechlords and Synchros, in that they don't like them. Another Holding Legs. Amplifier, equip only to Jinzo. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. The equipped monster's effect, trap cards, and their effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all trap effects on the field becomes your opponent cannot activate trap cards or their effects on the field. Negate all trap effects your opponent controls. So it literally just turns it into a one-sided effect for Jinzo. And when this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. Psychic Mega Cyber. If your opponent controls more spells or traps than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Psychic Mega Cyber once per turn this way. When this card declares an attack on an opponent's effect monster while you control Jinzo, you can tribute this card. Place that opponent's monster face up in their spell trap zone as continuous trap. That's, interesting. I do like his, special summoning requirement is, wouldn't be that hard to pull off against most people, I assume. We have another Mechlord Emperor Granule. Boon of the Mechlord Emperor. If the only face-up monster on the field are 2 Mechlord monsters, draw 2 cards. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Not sure how you feel about this one, because it's very, very specific in that you have to have 2 Mechlords on the field, and those can be the only face-up ones on the field. Well, I mean, technically, your opponent can also have the 2 Mechlord monsters, but there can only be 2 Mechlord monsters face-up on the field. Another Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix. Juragedo. During the battle step, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain 1,000 life points. You can only use this effect once per turn. You contribute this card, then target 1 face-up monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of the next turn. I mean, you special summon him, he gives you life points, and you contribute him to boost the attack of another monster? That's quite good. Mechlord Astro the Eradicator. Target 3 Mechlord monsters with different names in your graveyard, add them to your hand, or special summon them, ignoring their summoning conditions. Until the end of your next turn after this card is activated, you cannot special summon monsters except machine monsters. If you control a Mechlord Astro monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy 1 synchro monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. You can only use each effect once per turn. Huh. Seems like quite a good card. I mean, assuming you can get the Mechlord Astro out. We have another Mind Control. Metal Reflex Slime. Special summon this card in defense position as an effect monster. If summoned this way, this card cannot attack. And it's 3,000 defense. I mean, it's quite good. Chaos Infinity. Change as many defense position monsters on the field as possible to face-up attack position. Then special summon 1 Mechlord monster from your deck or graveyard, but its effects are negated. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. I mean, unless you bring out whatever Mechlord you want, they don't get their effects off, but I mean, if you bring out one of the 4,000 beat sticks, or, you could bring out Mechlord Emperor Scale for 2,200 attack that your other monsters can attack alongside them. Mound of the Bound Creator. Level 10 or higher monsters on the field cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. If a level 10 or higher monster destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the player who controlled the destroyed monster takes 1,000 damage. When this card on the field is destroyed by card effects and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 divine monster from your deck to your hand. So, if you're going to be running a lot of boss monsters, or if you're running the god cards, seems quite good. We have another Psychic Shockwave, another Metal Reflex Slime, Mechlord Fortress. Another player can target Mechlord Emperor monsters you control with synchro monster effects. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Mechlord Emperor monster from your deck to your hand. Blaze Cannon. This card is always treated as a Blaze Accelerator card. 1 The Winged Dragon of Ra you control gains the following effects until the end of this turn. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. When an attack is declared involving this card, you contribute any number of other monsters that did not declare an attack this turn. This card gains attack equal to the tributed monster's combined original attack until the end of this turn. And after damage calculation, if this card attacked, you can send all monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. I mean, being able to just stack all of those on top of Winged Dragon of Ra is pretty nice. Won't lie. Cosmos Channeling. You can send 1 monster you control that is owned by your opponent to the graveyard. Special summon 1 machine monster from your hand or graveyard. When your opponent draws for their normal draw in their draw phase when you control Jinzo, you can declare 1 card type. Your opponent reveals the card they drew, and if it is declared card type, send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, draw 1 card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So, I mean, this is where I guess the mind controls would come in handy, because you can just keep feeding them to this. And we're back to Psychic Shockwave. another left arm offering, another holding arms, another Mech Lord Emperor skill, another Chaos Infinity, and Mercuria the Destructor. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can activate one trap from your hand this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. I think originally this one was you could activate any number of traps from your hand this turn, and it was just incredibly ridiculous. Pretty sure I don't know if he was banned or just restricted to one. I'm pretty sure he was just straight up banned until they changed his effect to limiting it to one card. Chaos Infinity, Mech Lord Emperor skill, Juragedo, left arm offering, and a wild monster appears. We have Mind Control, Mech Lord Emperor Granel, Token Sunday, Mech Lord Army Deployer Obligato. During your main phase, you can activate this effect, destroy this card, and if you do, special summon 2 Mech Lord Army monsters from your deck in defense position, except Mech Lord Army Deployer Obligato. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except machine monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Oh, excuse me. During the end phase of the turn, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each Mech Lord monster you control. You can only use each effect once per turn. Not quite sure how I feel about this one. I don't think I've seen that many Mech Lord Army cards. And, I mean, I guess if you have multiple of him on the field, then you'd be able to get his... chain, or not chain, but trigger his inflicting the 100 damage per Mech Lord card on the field multiple times. And another Astro the Eradicator. We have another Mech Lord Army of Weisel. Another Brain Control, Holding Arms, The True Name, declare one card name, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it is a declared card, add it to your hand, then you can add to your hand or special summon one divine monster from your deck, otherwise send it to the graveyard. You can only activate one of the True Name per turn. I'm not sure how many cards there are that let you peek or like put a card from your hand or on the field on top of your deck. I mean, if you could get it semi-reliably off, that you could set it up for this, then, you know, this seems like quite a good card. Otherwise, Mound of the Bound Creator. Yeah, because it says you banish the card, right? Oh, excavate. Yeah, so you mill the top card. So, I guess it's also good if you have a deck that you just want to quickly mill through the cards as fast as possible. Fill up your discard with them. Another Jinzo Ejector. Ooh, Monster Reborn. Target one monster in either graveyard, special summon it. I mean, it's incredibly good. I cannot stress just how good Graveyard Recursion is, and I mean, this is literally no strings attached. You just get any monster from either graveyard. Another Boon of the Mech Lord Emperor. Mech Lord Astro Dragon Asterix, and another Reactor Slime. No, I'm honestly surprised that, like, I had honestly thought that Monster Reborn was, I'm pretty sure it's restricted to one. I'm a little surprised to still see them coming out in new packs. Mech Lord Emperor Granel, the Resolute Mech Lord Army. All attack position Mech Lord Army monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, also their effects are negated. Not quite sure how I feel about that one. I mean, it's good that it has the attack position ones cannot be destroyed by battle, but you'd still take any damage. Boon of the Mech Lord Emperor, and another Psychic Mega Cyber. Oh, now I'm trying to remember what the original Mega Cyper had. I don't remember if it actually had any stats or if it was literally just, or if it had any effects or if it was just a normal monster with decent stat line. Well, decent for its time anyways. Mechlord Fortress, Psychic Shockwave. Mechlord Army of Skill gains 200 attack for each Mechlord monster on the field, except this card. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Mechlord Army monster from your deck. I mean, I do like how it has the, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Mechlord Army to replace it. Stat line wise, I'm pretty sure if you have a board full of 5 of these guys and the other Mechlord, I'm pretty sure stat wise they'd be the same attack. We have Jinzo Lord. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by sending one face-up Jinzo you control to the graveyard. Trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all traps effects on the field. Once per turn, you can destroy as many face-up traps on the field as possible, and if you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. So you have to tribute Jinzo. He has 200 more attack. I mean, I guess being able to destroy the face-up traps is decent, but... And another Everlasting Alloy. Mechlord Emperor Weisel. Pretty sure if... Just a moment. Pretty sure we've seen him already. So many Mechlords. Huh. Guess not. So it cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. When a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So that's quite a good effect. Token Stampede. All tokens in attack position gain 1000 attack. Also, they cannot be destroyed by battle. So, I guess that's quite good if you're running token spam. Holding Arms. Another Mechlord Army of Skill. And Mechlord Deflection. So we're at the halfway mark now. Well, after this pack. Jurageto. Mechlord Army of Granel. Gains 100 attack for each Mechlord monster on the field, except this card. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, have the target's attack until the end of this turn. I mean, decent enough effect. Especially if you have a way of dropping multiple of them all on the field. Amplifier. Sun God Unification. If you control a monster whose original name is the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can activate this card the turn it was set. During the main phase, you can pay life points so that you only have 100 left. Special summoned the Winged Dragon of Ra you control gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid, even if this card leaves the field. Once per turn, you contribute one Winged Dragon Ra, gain life points equal to its attack on the field. You cannot activate both of this card's effects in the same chain. Not quite sure how I feel about that one. And another Mechlord Astro the Eradicator. I have another Amplifier, another Jinzo Returner, Mind Control, Mechlord Army of Granel, and Everlasting Alloy. We have another Ra's Disciple, another Holding Legs, Reboot, a Psychic Bounder. If this card is normal or special summoned, you could add one Jinzo or one spell or trap that would specifically list this card in its text from your deck to your hand, or specifically list that card in this text from your deck to your hand. When another monster you control is attacked by an opponent's monster before damage calculation, you can destroy both the attacking monster and this card. I mean, it lets you bring out either Jinzo or support for Jinzo, and you can protect another one of your monsters with it. That's not too bad. And another Psychic Mega Cyber. You have another Token Stampede, Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix, Mechlord Emperor Scale, Brain Control, and another wild monster appears. Mind Control, Brain Control, Left Arm Offering, Mechlord Emperor Granule, and Mechlord Deflection. We have another Holding Legs, the Resolute Mechlord Army, Mechlord Fortress, another Blaze Cannon, and another Cosmo Channeling. Or Cosmos Channeling, I should say. Another Boon of the Mechlord Emperor, Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix, Juragedo, Psychic Shockwave, and Cyber Energy Shock. I have Jinzo Ejector, Token Sunday, Ra's Disciple, another Sun God Unification, and another Reactor Slime. Is it kind of sad that the cards that I'm most excited to be getting out of this so far are the Reactor Slime and Metal Reflex Slime? I mean, they're just so useful. Mechlord Fortress, Mechlord Astromechanical, Jinzo Lord, and Psychic Mega Cyber. You have another Mechlord Emperor Weisel, Jinzo Lord, Reboot, Jinzo, and Everlasting Alloy. Juragedo, Left Arm Offering, Mechlord Army of Weisel, Millennium Revelation. You can send one Divine Beast monster from your hand to the graveyard, add one Monster Reborn from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can send this face-up card to the graveyard. This turn, you can special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra from your graveyard with Monster Reborn, ignoring its summoning conditions. During the end phase of this turn, this effect was activated. You must send the Winged Dragon of Ra you control that was special summoned with Monster Reborn to the graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. Huh. I mean, that's very straight and to the point of, here's a card that will let you get the tools to, will specifically let you bring Monster Reborn into your hand, specifically to special summon out the Winged Dragon of Ra with it. It's almost like they regret making it so strict to bring out Winged Dragon of Ra or something. And Makura the Destructor. We have Mechlord Astromechanical, Jinzo Lord, Mechlord Army of Weisel, Mechlord Emperor Weisel, and another Reactor Slime. You have Brain Control, Holding Arms, another Monster Reborn. Now, I know that they've done the, what they've been calling the Lost Arts with the where the promo it's with the original artwork and it's in foil. Kind of wish that they would just start using the original art again, because I would like the Ankh rather than this. I don't know what that's supposed to be anyways. Talisman? McLord Emperor Granul, and Psychic Mega Cyber. It's just, I mean, you're already going to the efforts of bringing back the old cards, like the old artwork. So why not just go all the way and just start using the old artwork again? The Resolute McLord Army, Monster Reborn, Jinzo, Jinzo Ejector, and Cosmos Channeling. McLord Army, Boon of the McLord Emperor, McLord Emperor Weisel, Token Stampede, and Everlasting Alloy. Now we've got 4 packs left. Somehow I don't think I'm going to be getting that Ghost Rare. Holding Arms, Ra's Disciple, Jinzo Returner, McLord Emperor Weisel Synchro Absorption. What is going on in that artwork? Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by its own effect. During your opponent's turn, you can send one face-up McLord monster you control to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack for the rest of this turn. When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, you can tribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. That's certainly very interesting. And another Cyber Energy Shock. Very interesting to see, because especially you special summon it on your opponent's turn. Holding Arms, McLord Army of Scale, McLord Astro Mechanical, Jinzo the Machine Menace. If a trap is face up on the field or in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, it becomes level 6 until the end of the turn. During the main phase, you can tribute this card, special summon one Jinzo from your hand or graveyard, then you can destroy all traps your opponent controls. You can only use each effect once per turn. I mean, it's level 7, but the fact that you can, I mean, it's trap in either player's graveyard, so as long as you have a trap in your graveyard, you can just special summon him out. You know, oh, that seems quite nice. I mean, you don't get the regular Jinzo's effect, but you could just immediately, special summon him out, either use him for some effects, or, just immediately tribute him to bring out regular Jinzo, and wipe your opponent's traps off the board. And McLord Deflection. Token Sunday, Chaos Infinity, Reboot, Metal Reflex Slime, and McLord Astro the Eradicator. And last pack, we have Jinzo Returner, McLord Fortress, Jinzo, McLord Emperor Scale, and Makura the Destructor. So unfortunately, didn't get the Ghost Rare, but that's fine. Got a lot of useful cards that I can probably make use of down the line, so thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please comment, like, subscribe. You know the routine. Thank you.